Good afternoon. Afternoon, not morning, not evening. Good afternoon. We're drinking Perrier. Oh, wow, it's green, so it's not showing up. Me and my generic green screen. Let's turn the light on here. See if that helps. I think that's supposed to help, but we'll see. Anyways, we're live. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate the replay crew, which there's usually quite a few of you. And maybe I'll invest in a green screen. I don't know. But there's going to be a lot of activity behind me, so I just kind of wanted to put myself in the forefront, right? I hope you guys are subscribed to the other channel because I was live there this morning, putting out a few thoughts about things, whatever. So, it's been a day, right? I've got a sick kid, so hopefully, the kid will be all right. And so we're dealing with that. We dealt with some recycling. Did all my lawn stuff earlier this week, and it's supposed to thunderstorm. We have some severe thunderstorms going on south of us, and we might build a fire tonight to hang out outside. I thought I might do a fireside chat, but I believe Jeff might be going live tonight. I don't know, but but anyways, what's up, man? What's up, everybody? We can, weekend lives are for anything and everything that you want to talk about, as long as it's within the Google guidelines. And we can talk about dispatch stuff for a minute because I believe that's been questioned here lately, which is fine. I don't trust dispatch services either, right? Don Shonger, hello. Aaron, what's up? Pigtail, good evening or good afternoon. Depending if you're East Coast, you're probably saying good evening-ish. You're probably having dinner and going, man, who's this goofy guy? Sam, I am. Salute. TK, hey now. I hope the spot market is treating you well. The Medic Brit. Afternoon from a really wet Kentucky. Well, better than a snowy Kentucky, right? Pigtail, afternoon. Everybody's saying hi to everybody else. Draco, I hope you had a lovely time at VisionCon. I hope you did well. I've been meaning to call you. We will definitely link up next week and have a lunch or chat or something or coffee or whatever. Dennis Richardsville, what's up? Sick Simper Tyrannus, good up. TK giving me the super chats, 0.3 gallons of fuel. Well, after Google takes their 30%, I mean that's a drop. So that's a drop. So what's up, Jerome? Good evening. Snorelord from Louisville, Kentucky, fighting allergies. I hear you, Jerome. I hear you loud and clear on that. So with both feet, good day, Steve. Hope everybody's great today. Thank you with both feet. Scott, it's like watching a really bad special effects show. Parts of you keep appearing, disappearing. Ooh, especially if I hold invisible cans, right? Because it's green. So I put them in front of me. Yeah. I think the light has something to do with that too, right? So anyways, don't watch me on the big screen. I'm too ugly for that anyways, right? So I am at a truck stop, which also fuels cars, and they said that here that 3 cars in 24 hours have filled up with fuel and sped off. They have never seen this before. That is kind of common in certain neighborhoods. In fact, there's some that are like card only. Most of the stations around here are card only. If you want to pay cash, you got to go in and give them $20 or whatever. Stuart, what is happening? How are you? I hope things are going well at the company that everybody's talking about. So Tennessee Trucking, greetings and salutations, Sir Lord of Snore. Thank you, Tennessee. Tennessee was a nice guy, and he defended me in somebody else's feed, which is cool. I love having good friends like that. So thank you, Tennessee. I hope you are doing well, and we'll see what happens, right? Clyde, good evening. Hope you're doing well with your authority and all that. So anyways, everybody's saying hi to everybody else. Southern Kentucky is super hot. It's pretty warm everywhere, I believe, Stuart. Got some boudin down here. Yummy. I love that stuff. Not the ketoist friendliest thing, but I'll definitely do a little keto cheat for that, right? Let's see. I have a stupid funny story for that weekend, actually. Well, we'll definitely talk about that. 30%. Yeah, man. Google takes 30%. Uh, Provost, working sucks. Golf is better. Well, I wouldn't know anything about the only golf I've ever played had like windmills and ducks and dinosaurs and rocks. I don't play that normal golf thing. That's that's weird, right? I have to dress a certain way, and do I dress like a golfer? I don't think so. So I'm wearing my death metal hat and my death metal t-shirt. So have you actually seen these fuel shortages, Dennis? I've heard about them, but I want if I would love to hear from boots on the ground to see what everybody's dealing with and how they're dealing with. For now, I'm keeping my trucks, and I said that with a plural. I'm keeping my trucks out of the Northeast for now because not only are the fuel prices down, but because I don't want to have somebody stranded because they can't get enough fuel to get out of there. So, Solid OG was live, no replay available though. With both feet, yeah, I have to fix that. I forgot to fix that. When you do when a non-monetized under 1,000 people channel goes live, which they just started that feature, I guess. It immediately puts it to private, and you got to manually go in there and make it public again. So I apologize. I forgot to do that. So Matt K, good day, Steve. Gasoline shortages in North Carolina. Ugh. Oh man, Jerry is happy. Snorelord, we solved the ELD issue. Good deal, John. Good deal. So now we can make you some money, right? Now we can make you some money. Colonial pipeline issues. Yeah, they've been talking about that. Boulder Woods, what's up, TJ? I saw that you asked a question about dispatch services, TJ, and I think it just depends on the person and what they can do for you. There's a lot of fly-by-night dispatch services out there. I see them on Facebook all the time, and I think that finding a dispatch service with someone that has a lot of experience, knows how to negotiate, is a good salesperson, is a good people person to talk to, and then has contacts. I've got literally 5 years of brokers under the carrier that I work for. I mean, I look at the low boards kind of last as a last resort most days because I'm going through my main contacts on booking loads. And as far as the money goes, I mean, everybody's needs are different, and everybody runs differently. So it just depends on the driver. I've got some numbers to put on the glass if anybody's interested. But we'll get into that later if you want. But TJ, I noticed that, so it just depends. If you're a kind of person that knows and loves to self-dispatch, by all means do it, right? But if you need some help or if you need extra set of eyes on backhauls or something like that, which I've done, then then that's where I kind of come in, right? So if I didn't use a cart when I golf, I'd be dead from walking around looking for my ball. So not just diesel. That's strange that gasoline would have a shortage as well. I guess that makes sense with the pipeline. They all come from the same spot, right? Let me fix that. Oh, we have some severe storms in the area, so that's why I decided to go live early, because just in case these storms come through, I don't like having my computer on. And Jeff and I talk. He might be going live. Maybe, I don't know. He hasn't told me 100%. I'm at a speedway track at between Louisville and Cincinnati. Okay. What's going on here? Divot master? What's a divot? You better take golf lessons from the dean, baby. Ask Pigtail, yo. What are you talking all jive for, Mr. Like? So, thanks for the info. If and when I go live, I will try to remember to change setting. Right. And I highly recommend, if you're a YouTuber, small or large, I highly recommend YouTube Studio app on the phone. That way you can do stuff on the fly. So I highly recommend that. Clyde, Southeast, is having some fuel problems as well. Man, I'm working the Southeast a little bit. That'll be interesting because a lot of Like's drivers are traveling down there. So that might get interesting. So Pale Rider TV, oh yeah. Schneider's not saying anything yet on fuel problems, and they are normally spot on. That's strange too. They're slacking. They're slacking. You could pull off a plaid golf pants. Like, no, I'd wear the hat like Peaky Blinder style with the razor blade right there. So if I miss a ball, I can just cut things out of anger. TJ, one of our contractors, has a reefer to sell you, so come on over. There you go. There you go. We have a reefer, you know. I think if TJ came over here, I think he'd do very well. You know, I think he'd do very well. So I'm going to call you when is a good time. Call him now. Forget my live feed. Call him now. Let's see. RN says start over. Let's see. With golf carts don't make it to where my golf ball usually ends up in the mountain climbing. I would need like a scuba diving kit to find my balls. Sounded weird. What's the whiteboard session? That might be it. That might be it. There's a virtual whiteboard I thought about downloading, but I've been seeing a lot of bad reviews, so I think that'd be kind of cool because there's some whiteboard stuff I would like to cover too. But that's kind of Jeff's game. That is Jeff's game, right? T-Bone, what's up, man? Hope you're doing okay. All right, RN's approaching Jeff about stuff using golf carts, expressway golfing. There you go. Got to run. Getting ready for the granddaughter's first birthday party starting shortly. Check you later. Hey Scott, tell her happy birthday from me. So she'll go, what? You know, and enjoy yourself. You deserve that time off, right? You deserve it. Thor and Thunder, good afternoon. I am behind on your videos, Thor. I apologize, but I'm glad to see you here. The Hool's uploader Snore, you finally caught another live. What's this, 2 in 1 week, the Hool? What's up, man? Thor and Thunder, guys, if you don't know, Thor and Thunder also has a YouTube channel, and he also talks about his adventures and misadventures here at Like Trucking. So, and there you go. So, anyways, we have fuel shortages coming up, or happening, I guess, and rates are down, right? Rates are down, and a lot of drivers are losing patience. A lot of drivers are making adjustments, and those of us that have been in the game for a while, you know, saw this coming a little bit. So it's still doable. I was still north of $2 on everything this week, and you know, and you know, we're trying to be consistent, right? And we're going over contacts and emails, and sometimes I'm booking at the last minute because I'm trying to maximize profits. There are times when I'm waiting for that one email from that one broker before they put their loads on the board, which is a trick, right? The more brokers you know, the more you know, history you have with them, and the more that they'll contact you first, because they hate having 20 phone calls from guys that are crying about 250 a mile freight. So yeah, there are some advantages when you have someone the right person in your corner, right? I have uneffed your stuff. Okay. The Hool's back to not making sense. Thor was doing numbers so hard his ears were smoking he had to pour water on his head. Sounds like a challenge. The Colonial Pipeline carries gasoline and diesel from refineries in Texas, supplying states with fuel across the southeast U.S. and up the eastern seaboard to New York. Florida is not affected. Okay, well, thank you, Pigtail. My local parts supplier are limited to a daily allowance of 8 to 5 gallon jugs of DEF per day. Wow. people are starting to hoard death. I mean, I think Economic Ninja had a video where he showed his shopping cart full of DF fluid, which I don't recommend hoarding death. You know why? Because it goes bad after a year. Bet you didn't know that. Bet you I didn't know that until Jeff told me. Right? I heard Thor's videos, facts. There you go. Not to be confused with the other Thor that's in the other part of the YouTube universe. Um, who I also have no issue with, right? So, but yeah, Truckers Education Network. What would you like to know? Our end. So, but look, and there's quite a few people that are leaving the spot market. A lot of people are going back to their contract jobs. This is the time when Schneider puts out the letter saying, "Hey, if you're over here before, we'll take you back with no issues." And and look, is that a good strategy? That's for you to find out, right? And there's a lot of people that use that strategy, and it's worked for them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then when you're booking your own freight in a down market, man, it toughens you up, right? It toughens you up. And during the last down market, I had someone helping me with dispatch. I'll put this out here. I needed to get my numbers up, and so Harold Huffman III, he took me under his wing and he helped dispatch me. He loved it, right? And he would have me on three-way calls to figure out how to negotiate and talk with these people. And then he hooked me up with a new CH Robinson rep, and we made some killer money. At one time, Harold had like 5 loads booked on me. And if there's anybody who's got a career in dispatching after he's done driving, it's Harold Huffman, right? And it got me my most revenue during a downtime that took a lot of other people out. And so during these things, you learn, right? You learn, you get tougher. Nice. James Best, if you're watching, thank you for that. Thank you for that text. Thank you for that text. So, but it feels good when you can like put something away, right? It feels good when you can take some beef and put it away. So, and I appreciate the people that came in and defended me a little bit. I won't go into details, but everything's good now. I bought 3 drums of DEF. Works if you're a local regional. 170 at the pump in Dolly. Pay $2.30 a gallon. Contact your local field distributor to check availability. That's a good idea. Thor said something about DEF. Where are you? Where are you? There it is. Expiration date, which actually fluctuates with storage temp and whatnot. That is true. I heard freedom pills don't go bad, so load up. Yeah, I talked to a buddy of mine that's very expert and buys pallets of that at a time, and he told me what to do. I kind of use that like food, just put the oldest first. Desert Okie Pam. Let's see, I already read that. Oster, good evening. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. I met Oster. He's a good dude. He's a good asset to Mr. Best over there, and and I hope you do well. And I saw the part where Best said he wanted to toughen you up, Oster. And you know what, Oster, if you can master negotiating and stuff like that during this time, man, dude, you're gonna do well. You're gonna do well, right? So Logic Replay is in the house. What's up? I'm waiting for that book, the paperback version, Howard's Guide to Highway Chicken. I have again, the whole, it's going over my head. It's going over my head, right? What happened to Harold the last time I saw a vid from him was more than a year ago. Dutch, he got kind of burned out on the YouTube thing and had to focus on his personal life. And now he's a contractor for another company and he's doing very well. So, he's completely changed his game and he's still a good friend. And, I miss the old Three Musketeer days of like trucking when it was me, Harold, and James Best all palling around and out there running around the Midwest. So now I have an opportunity to work in the East Coast and Southeast that can keep me running constantly. But with fuel, is that a good idea? My cost is low. Jerome, I can't answer that. If your company has a plan for the fuel shortages, then that's up to you. Now, cost wise, you need to factor in, do a business plan on $7 a gallon, and if it gets above $7, that's when all of us, every single one that makes a truck payment, every single one that's a 1099 that's paying for the fuel, that's when all of us need to say, oh no, this is a problem. So you got to do your business plan based off of $7 a gallon fuel. Because I've heard the highest amount was upstate New York, $6.70, and I've seen it $6.65 in Pennsylvania. And that's my only advice for you. Now your cost is low, that's great. So you got to factor in that fuel, factor in the tolls, and what your company has a plan for if the fuel situation goes bad. DEF should be stored in a cool, dry, well-ventilated area out of direct sunlight, while the optimum storage temperature is up to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 degrees Celsius, temporary exposure. There you go. And it will freeze. It does freeze. Why would Roscoe... No, he just apologized on the text. He just apologized. Right? So Nomadic Brit, tally ho. Sunlight while optimum storage temperature. Oh, I already read that. I'm back. Like it or not. Good on you. Snorelord just said use your head for more than hold it. Look, Oster is helping me put my steps on. He's going to come through Stringfield and help me put my steps on my trailer. He's not, but he could if he wanted to. I mean, Missouri's a good freight state, so just saying. So I paid $6.50 in Syracuse last week. They just had a mass shooting in Buffalo. Steve Oakley, Freight Broker Live, or whatever his name is now, he's been talking about it. Guy was live streaming on Twitch and drove up to the grocery store and just started taking people out. Scary world we're living in, right? That's a good question. So I'm in Gary, Indiana. Let's see here. I should venture out the Bertha's Chicken Shack. Okay. I doubt you're in Gary, Indiana. 650 Central Jersey, Justin. Wow. Jersey, Justin. Mass shooting in Buffalo, supermarket, 10 dead, 7 injured. Yeah, I don't know if they took out the gunman or not. It sucks when they do. Hear me out, because we need to know why, right? Was it a mental illness? Was there an agenda? Was there a terrorist group? Was there, and look, we're living in the world where if you're sitting outside eating your meal, you should be cautious of anything. We were on our way home today from the recycling center, and there was some fentanyl zombie, that's what I'm calling him now, that was literally yelling at every car. She was walking in the middle of a 2-lane road, yelling at every car, and she had this demonic look on her face. It reminds me of, The Walking Dead kind of a deal. So in this downturn, In high fuel costs, the strong will rise to the top and survive. Others will find their way in other ways. Contracted freight with small carriers may be a good safety net. Compared to what you're doing now, Tennessee, I would agree with you. So I'm sure you've seen your revenue go down as well. Let's see. Ola says Spooby. Spooby, you missed it, man. Pale Rider ended his feed with the leaning on stuff just for you. Just for you. Made international news. Yeah, so all the other countries go, look at America with their guns. Slow your Yeah, let's see. I watched Liverpool with the FA Cups in a shootout. Yeah, I guess there was a shooting after a game up in Milwaukee, which I think that was gangland related. So everyone best is good people, just not everyone's cup of tea. It's entertainment best. Look, I've known James Best more than anybody else, longer than anybody else in this feed. Right? So let's see. Boys in NFG say I live in Detroit and run a convenience store. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Hool. Paid $5.40 in Western PA last week. Awesome, but price in New York and Eastern PA was $6.79 a gallon. Nasty price. Disgusting difference on opposite sides of the same state. Oh, sir, isn't that crazy? When we go, yes, I got $5.40 a gallon. Isn't that a strange world that we live in now? I caught myself saying that the other day. Oh, fuel's only like $5 a gallon right now on this fuel stop. I'm like, wait, what did I just say? Right? So Dallas was 535. I have no idea what that means. Let's see. He's in custody, Dennis. Well, that's good. Hopefully they'll give him the water board treatment to figure out why he did what he did. There's a lot of mental illness right now, guys. There really is. Guy was 19. Oh, but people under 21 can't own guns, Jeremy. How is that so? How is that so? That's very distraught. There was a naked guy or girl, don't remember which, wandering around a street about 50 miles away from me the other day. Yeah, even the small towns are getting some of these tweakers. It's. I've seen evidence. A buddy of mine's door was approached by a tweaker. He had the camera system. We found hypodermic needles on the street just a couple of blocks from here. So it's a tough situation. We had a C head bumbling around an office door this Monday. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't see more of that where you work at, Draco. Let's see. Barge tankers are in and out of Port Everglades every day. Sage News. Good evening. Bring your steps and trailer and yourself to the Shell Rotella Truck Show in Branson, June 8th through 11th. I'll put them on for as long as it's not raining. Oh, sir, we might just do that. You've got my email. You've got my number. Let's do it. I will buy you dinner, lunch, steak dinner, because obviously I have issues. Now, have I tried more than once? No, but obviously I have issues. No, fentanyl zombies are everywhere in Phoenix. It's taken over the city. Look, Nathan, here's the deal, okay? There's been an invasion of our country, and that fentanyl is it. They've poisoned the well. You have people dying of fentanyl overdoses that were trying to smoke weed or whatever. I mean, it's a serious problem. If you are walking around any big city and you don't see it, your eyes are closed. Just saying, right? The eyes are closed. Brett Chelsea has been sold. New owner is current owner of Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay. Just Trucking is the MC along with Happiness by the Mile for the. Oh, wow. Look at them. What's the date on that? June 8th through 11th? I'll have to look that up. Dude. Cool. Northeast, Gretna, Nebraska, 529 a gallon. Dennis, we have a severe mental health issues in this country. Yes, we do. It's an epidemic, right? It's truly an epidemic. And I'm not going to go into it more than that because there's some things that that a lot of us are dealing with personally with that. So No one could have predicted opening the border would be a bad thing. Spoopy, you're funny. Later, Pigtail, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for your membership. Thanks to all the members. You are the ones that helped me buy this StreamYard full version so I can have a funky background and have my little logo right there because my logo is awesome. And I still haven't heard from the artist to do my new logo. I might have to get on Fiverr. So let's see. I was asked to become very small, low idle, no mistakes, continue to slow truck. I got 9.2. There you go. 9.2. I've got poor signal here in Pennsylvania. You know why? Because it's Pennsylvania. I have this talk with Burger all the time. This run will leave me enough for a single. Oh, tag along. That's the funniest thing I've read in a minute. In a minute, right? I'm only responsible for what I say, not what people understand. That is a great phrase as well, right? So, look, man, there's a lot of stuff coming down the line, right? Just be prepared, be ready, right? And and turnovers are going to go up if you're a carrier owner. People are going to be scrambling. These carriers that all did contract, all put in the contract bids. They need capacity, right? But here's the good news. You guys want some good news? Here's some good news. Okay. With more people leaving the spot market to go to contract, and with people starting to sell their trucks and be out of the game, okay, and with the fact that spot is cheaper than contract according to freight waves, you're going to start seeing more freight hit the spot market, and it all depends on what's going on around China. And so it's it's there's some light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're strong, you got your costs down. You can think about, some people will refinance, some people will pay off debt. And so when we're getting to $4 and $5 and $6 a mile, that's the time to pay off debts. That's the time to get everything right, because what goes up must come down, but what goes down must come up. It's a pendulum, right? It's a pendulum, side to side is how I look at it. I've been to Canada a bunch of times. Well, they keep letting me out. There you go. Let's see, Snorelord, the Metalhead Viking caveman trucker. So you're like shaving and forming an easy listening lounge band. I am not shaving. A lot of people tell me I need to shave. I have an acquaintance who's on a fire department rescue truck in a large U.S. city. On a recent Friday evening 8-hour shift, they used 80 doses of Narcan. Wow. And no one's talking about that, Bill. No one is recognizing the fact that the mental illness and the drug that's hand in hand, right? Unbelievable. And we are seeing the same thing. I think we've had 160 overdoses this year in Springfield. Narcan is a drug that they give you for overdose, pneumatic Brit. It's kind of like the drug version of the thing that they put on your chest. It's almost like a shot of adrenaline. It's supposed to counteract the overdose. So a lot of issues. A lot of people, like a lot of fire departments are running out of that stuff. And I believe Red Monkey Trucking actually had to apply Narcan to somebody. I think it was a couple of years ago and he talked about it on his YouTube channel. I think he's more of a TikToker now, but he's talked about it. Google Narcan. Big Pharma created the opioid epidemic. said Tyrannus. Heading to Long Island for the first time. Is 87 good for a semi? Gabriel, it's been years since I've been on that road. If it's an interstate, you're good to go. Just know where your fuel stops are. Just know where your rest stops are, and more than likely you're going to have to pay for parking. As far as the mountains and hills and stuff like that, I don't remember. It's been a while. And normally when I ran the Northeast, it was light. As a company or as an owner op. Now, as a company, I used to do heavy loads up in Pennsylvania or Monroe Township, New Jersey. I would run those a lot, which that was up 95. So it's been years since I've been on 87. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, that whole just say no. That was a great poster for while the illegal drugs came in, right? Like, hey, look at this sign. We hate drugs. Hurry up behind me. Go. We hate drugs. Hurry up, get up behind me. Go, shh, go. That's what that was. Cool Trucking, what is up? How are you? Good talking to you the other day. There you go. Dennis confirms that 87 is indeed good. It will be busy, but it will be good. What part of Wallace also says that? What part of oh, you're going to Long Island. I've never been on Long Island as a truck driver. I've been there as a passenger in a truck, but not as a truck driver. There. FYI, sometimes EMTs have to use multiple doses of Narcan to revive an OD. I've heard of it taking 5 to bring someone back. Wow. I bet that stuff's expensive too. Reagan was a god, never say anything bad about him in front of me. I am not bad mouthing Reagan, John. I'm just saying that there was a lot of double standards. The government tells you one thing, and then things are happening. You know, the just say no, that was an unrealistic approach. Was a good message? Absolutely. Was Nancy Reagan trying her best? Absolutely. Very sweet old lady. But the real battle was being fought behind the scenes, and they were losing. We have lost the war on drugs. We've literally lost. So, you know, it's a short island. You know, look, when you drive in Long Island, you got to look at your streets, look at your no truck zones, look above, look up, make sure you're not taking out power lines. And I guarantee you that anything that you're going to back into is going to be a bit of a challenge. So, waiting for your wiper motor. Was supposed to be here today. Don't you just love that? Don't you just love that? I'm more of a Goldwater Republican. I am no affiliation because they both have failed us over the years. The true leaders are the corporations that have all the money. 6 corporations own all your food, and 5 or 6 corporations own all the drugs, and everything else just filler. That's all they need. Congratulations, John. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you're, you know, clean and sober, dude. That's important because you know it's not an easy life that we lead, right? Afternoon, Steve. Just saying hi. Back to yard work. I'm good for Monday, whichever day you choose. More likely, see it. It might be Tuesday because I got 2 trucks that are going to be empty on Monday morning. I got to take care of, so they are first priority, even over my own truck. So when it comes to dispatch, my truck is the last priority. Dispatch and safety is my first priority. So, and then YouTube, and then later on YouTube, right? Then later on YouTube. But CNN's got some really great information I think you guys are going to enjoy. And if Cool Trucking, this is right up your alley. This is the kind of stuff that people need to know if they want to start getting their contract freight, if they want to know what it's like to be a broker and and CDN's got some great information that he's already sent me, and he is a terrific person who so far hasn't won anything in return other than the conversation. So that's good. There was a drug abuse resistance education was founded in 1983 when we were kids, Steve. That and Scared Straight. I remember that. Yep, I remember that. I had some friends that did some BMX shows for Dare. And they always showed off here locally. They always showed off the Corvette that they got off a drug dealer, which I thought it was interesting that approach that the cops are like, look at this Corvette that the drug dealer owned that we got. And, all that makes a kid go is like, man, so if I'm a drug dealer, I can get a Corvette. So I don't know if that approach really worked, right? Let's see. I can't help but feel like we're being lied to about everything the last 20 years. So, try the last 50 years, Tyrannus. The last 50 years. My dad is rolling over in his grave. He was a Marine. He was very proud of this country, and there's a lot of things that he's probably like, what the hell, right? So, anyways, we're at 43 minutes. Anything else you guys want to talk to? I'm not putting a link out tonight because I got other things to do. The wife's getting ready to cook dinner, so it'll start getting noisy. But we could still chat. We could still talk. We could still, Oh, I thought that's how I thought back in the day, right? Sterling, good afternoon. Hope you are well. Sounds good. Send me a message the day before so I plan my day. No, I want nothing, just sharing my experience and info I've gained. Because the more knowledge that we all have, the more you can survive the storms that are coming. If you know you need an umbrella and how to use it, that will help you survive the storm. If you know that it's going to be windy as hell, then you umbrella may not do any good. So you gotta have other plans, right? It's a lot of analogies here. That's my thing. So their dare plan was to get kids to snitch on their parents' drug use in the classroom. That probably happened as well, right? Wait a minute. Wasn't Nancy buried on top of a ring? I hope she doesn't turn over in her grave. Let's see. John, does your wife make a lot of noise cooking, beating the chickens into submission? John, you made it funny. The chickens are already dead when they reach the kitchen. We're not that backwoods. Here in Missouri, right? Yet. Iran gets that EMF thing going on. Hey, we might be sticks and stones and freedom bills. So you never know, right? You never know. All's well, mess around the shop today, avoiding responsibilities. That is a great strategy, right, Sterling? That is a great strategy. Gabriel Robert, 87 South, I-95 North, 295 crossover, Throg's Neck Bridge on Long Island. There you go. Dennis giving you directions there, Gabriel. We definitely need true truck info as possible as our people are looking for this. Good deal, man. Tennessee, I love my Garmin. I've never had, all GPSs have issues, don't get me wrong, but I've been driving for 12 years now, something like that, and I've had 2 Garmins. That's how durable they are, sitting in the sun and everything. Are they perfect? No, but they don't randomly just shut off like I've seen Rand McNally's do. But yeah, John I think has one. His said his shut off or whatever. But yeah, I endorse Garmin. I don't get paid by Garmin, so so kill it, Pa. Rand McNally has lost my vote. There you go. I've got the Garmin Diesel. Diesel spelled wrong. I believe it was like $300, $300, $400, whatever. I remember Dare Reagan awarded me a presidential. Really? No one is going to survival is coming unless they have deep pockets and the taxes and banks do not steal it all. Wallace, I kind of agree with you. But we're trying to be positive. Gosh. It's kind of like a Ford versus Chevy argument when it comes to Rand McNally and Garmin, but I've had very good luck with Garmin. So The Rand McNally I use is paper. It is. Nomadic Brit is filling a void. There's so many Snyder ICs that ask me about the tank, and I'm like, I don't know. If only Nomadic Brit. Well, Nomadic Brit was around then, but I don't think he was doing videos at that time, or at least I didn't know about it. Missouri is the Canada of Arkansas. That's funny. You funny. I appreciate your comments. Need to get back to making vids, but I currently have 5 contractors. I'm held by Snyder. Well, good on you, man. And Nomadic Brit also asks nothing for a return when he helps people out. Have you tried updating it there with both feet? Because that happens. I never update mine because you got to pull it out of the truck, you got to put it in the computer, you know. So I just deal with like the lack of mapness. I'm looking at the Garmin. My RAM keeps freezing up. Go get a Garmin. Nevada trucking and trails. How are things? I am fine. Spooby, some people want a big house, fast car, lots of money. Some of us just want a little cabin in the woods far away from those kind of people. Spooby, that's a great meme, and I agree wholeheartedly with that statement. Soon, my friend, soon. We were at my in-laws last week, and it's out by the property that we have out there. Oh man, it was so quiet. No motorcycles, no cars, no trucks, no noise, just birds doing their thing. It was so quiet that you can hear the hummingbird as it buzzed around my head. It was awesome. Love it out there. Now, the young me was like, "You city all the way, man. I like the noise. I like the people." You know, as you get older, though, you're like, "Nah." Right? Awarded you the presidential award. Cool stuff. Excellent tag along. I think was that like something they passed out in school, or was that like, or did you actually go to the White House and like, "Yo, Mr. President, thanks, man. What up?" Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, CDN. Yep, had some improvement. Funny, they have the speed limit wrong on the Interstate 5 miles from their HQ in Salem. Now, I will say this about Garmin. If you're going up I-29 in Iowa, it thinks you're on a 10-ton limit road. Don't know why. So I literally have to put it in RV mode so I can have an accurate ETA of going up to like Des Moines or does 29 go to Des Moines? I can't remember. Anyways, going north, right? I think I was on my way to Omaha when that was happening. Let's see. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you for reminding me. Hit the thumbs up. We've got 44 people in here. I saw the number go as high as 50. Thank you very much. Build each other up instead of tear each other down. Let's do that, right? Let's do that, right? You just get the presidential award every year. On the exercise thing, I was watching, we've been watching King of the Hill at dinner time. Man, that show was awesome, right? I did not appreciate that show when it was around. Now I do. Now I do. I want all the seasons. Hot seat, thumbs up. Yeah, give me the thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up. No White House. Someone from the school staff handed to me in the auditorium. I think it was 12 or 13. Wasn't that a good time? Tag along. To be young again. You know, in the 80s, we were all like just upset. We were just drenched in corporatism and didn't even realize it. But it was so good. It was so good, right? Because we didn't know this stuff was killing us. We didn't know that corporatists were going to take over the country. We were just basking in the awesomeness of cheap pizza and video games getting better and better. And it was just, you know, you put the quarter in, you get 3 lives, no cheat codes, no online subscriptions, no $5,000 game systems, you know, just you, a quarter, a couple of your friends, and 3 lives apiece, playing simple objects like a circle eating other circles, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, you know, and just, those were the days, right? I'm 50 years old. 1980s were a glorious time for me. Now, the late 80s, that was high school. And now, while I was a goofy, nerdy kid up until my senior year, where I became a metalhead and became awesome, life was still good. Life was still simple. Both my parents were around, and my dad and I would go fishing, and things were simple. You know, we always had food on our table. My dad always provided. My parents always provided. Was I a latchkey kid? Yeah. Did that screw me up a little bit? I'm not a blame shifter. However, those were the good days, right? Now, 90s were tough for me. That's when I dealt with a lot of negative things, but there's some positive things that happen. My firstborn was born in 91, and she is great. I couldn't imagine my life without her, and and I had to struggle. I had to learn a lot of hard lessons about life, love, and the band thing came in, and that's when I became a musician. That's when I lived, eat, and breathe heavy metal, still do. And those were also some good times in a different way. I was playing good shows while being homeless at the same time. So my priorities were kind of out of whack, right? And I was only homeless for a week, so don't get me wrong. I'm not like bragging about that. And and I made some good decisions, surrounded myself with good people, and my life turned around. I married a wonderful woman, and we've been married, well, 22 years, and we've been together for 24. And hey, we are stronger and closer now than we've ever been before. So, Mike Judge was a prophet, Spoopy. Yes. I spent a few days in the giant redwoods in the California coast last week. I had to see stuff greater than humanity. There you go. I encourage people to go to the Grand Canyon as well. Tell them to X out of chat, hit thumbs up, and then go back to chat. There you go. You like King Hill's Neighbors? I think they're doing a reboot of the show, and they're not including the neighbors because it's not PC. I think I heard that rumor. Lisa, what is up? What is up, my prime Indian Queen? What is up? Hope things are doing well there in Texas and at the big P there out of Springfield, Missouri. Hope things are well. Let's see. Good time, Black Sabbath. Yes. Black Sabbath, Metallica. Oh, things are going to unravel soon enough, Nevada. I have not heard that one, but things are unraveling. Let's see. It's my church. Try to go a couple of times a year. There you go. I'm going to be 73 and a legend in my own mind. Awesome, Bill. Awesome. Isn't that look, I'm going to be serious for a minute. Okay. The most important person you have to impress is you. 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 You are the one that has to live with yourself. You are the one that has to go to bed and think about the things that are happening. You are the one that can bring your confidence up and have you rise above the ashes. You are the one, nobody else is coming to save you. You are the one that needs to take control of your life, get your act together. I had to, still am. I have issues. Right? I'm like, I have issues, but I'm working on them. And you are the most important person in your life. You can't fix everybody else's problems if you can't fix your own, right? Sorry, I'm replying to an important text. Just like old friends have to resolve differences, you have to resolve differences with yourself. Are you a Hank, Bill, Dale, or Boomhauer? You know, there was a time where I didn't relate to Hank. Now I do. Now I'm like, wow, Hank was my spirit animal, right? Hank is a spirit animal, right? Attracting good people is a valuable life skill, right? Just RD. You sell that truck yet? What's up, Wookie man? Thank you. I love this lusciousness, right? My wife loves this. That's the only thing that matters. My wife loves my beard. I don't care what any of y'all think, right? Perrier, cheers. RD, Slacker on the YouTubes. You're living the dream. Good for you. Excellent, Mr. Bill. My phone is driving me bananas. Bananas are bad for you. You can't fix anyone else's either because they won't listen. Wallace, don't I know it, dude? Oh, Rip, my wife still loves me. I am Boomhauer. Last night, the episode, they had Boomhauer's brother, and he was talking just like him. It was hilarious. Now, I wouldn't mind being Boomhauer because Boomhauer gets all the good looking chicks, right? So, spikes your insulin, Nevada, and most of them, yeah, the spikes your insulin. It's all about the insulin spike and the sugar, right? There are some natural fruits that are good for you: blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. Um, but bananas, yeah, and the peels, man, they make you slip and fall down in all the cartoons I've ever watched. So they're very dangerous as well. I got a tip for you. When using a green screen, don't wear a green camouflage hat or hold up green aluminum cans. I'll do what I want. I'll do what I want. There you go. There. Now you can't even see me, RD. Now you can't even see me. Sugar. It's sugar, Nevada. It's sugar. It's all sugar. Gosh, do I have to do a health thing? You get vitamin C from other sources. So the camel works. There you go. Here, I'll do a different hat. I'm gonna disappear. There we go. Got my Oida hat, and I don't think it's gonna be much better. There we go. But you know what? I don't care. Do I look like a person that cares about my appearance? Answer that question. RD, Peterbilt driver. Anyways, guys, we're at an hour. We're done. And look, resolve your differences, build people up. Let's have a good time, because you know what? Life can be hard, and we need all the help we're going to get, because pretty soon it's going to be us against them. And who is them? Who is them? Well, just look at your social media, look at your TV, listen to your radio. You'll figure out who them is. And They're after us, right? They're after us. Most fruit juice is bad for diabetics, concentrated sugar. See, there you go, man. There's evidence right there. Timeline on YouTube. I love history on YouTube. Netflix has got some really good history stuff. World War II. I have a grandfather that served World War II. I was looking up the documents today. There's pictures, but I don't know if any of them are him because they didn't say who the order in the pictures. And then there's a Thomas Allington that died in Britain. I know that's where my family comes from because of the last name. So, Donnie Luke says, me too. Britt, I've been having issues with cramps. As always, told to eat more banana. Golf buddy told me mustard is better. Actually works. It's the, what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with a P. Not magnesium, but just up your electrolytes, right? Up your electrolytes. More like Peterbilt in the shop. You're a Peterbilt owner then, not a driver, but an owner, right? It's been great hours. Thanks, Steve and everyone. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you go and check out my other channel. Timeline is about the wars. There you go. Fruit is fructose sugar. Corn is a fruit. That's why corn gives us high fructose corn syrup. There you go. RD knows because his wife is in the medical field and I believe a diabetic, right, RD? Had a grandpa in Europe and another in the Pacific. I have a family heirloom from World War II because of my grandfather. So maybe one of these days on the other channel I'll show it off because it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Potassium, thank you. Hot seat, thank you for filling words. Potassium, you need the potassium. There are other Google sources of potassium that don't require tons of sugar, and that'll help with your cramps. Same thing with magnesium. Low carb diets, intermittent fasting is the key. It is the fountain of youth. Don't believe me? Look at the testimonies online. Look up any vegan, and you'll see some weird stuff going on. So we will win. So let them come. There you go, tag along. There you go. All right. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure that, if you don't like my video or you don't like me, hit the thumbs down twice because that means you're extra mad. But please, 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 please support me. Support all the other channels that are bringing you great information. There's plenty of people in this chat right here that, or down there, if you're watching on the small screen. And let's build each other up. Let's build an army of positivity, and let's with some realism because we got to be aggressive. We got to be aggressive, right? And let's take care of things, right? Let's take care of things. Let's take care of each other. Take care of yourself, though. Take care of yourself. And with this, I will leave you strength for today, hope for tomorrow. Peace.